Georgia's Suzanne Yaklin trying to guide her squad through a roller coaster season of injuries. After a rough regional meet, she says they're just happy to be here.
We have 5 athletes competing with serious problems, and we're really beat up. And we're running out of juice. You know, we're just sort of hanging on for this championship, but it's been difficult because of our injury situation. And there's so many teams in this competition that are healthy and fired up and peaking right now. Georgia's going to have a door open for them. And if we do, we'll kick it open.
Although at the rate they're going, if anybody tries to kick the door down, someone might get hurt. Laundry list of surgeries scheduled after the season. Among them, Chelsa Byrd, who's going to have foot surgery. She's up on vault now for the Gym Dogs.
She's a very powerful vault. Suitful, great landing.
Chelsa's hit all but 1 vault this year. Actually scored a perfect 10 against Maryland back on January 27th, so no surprise she stuck that one. For a 9-9. And over to bars. UCLA's Yvonne Tousek is up. UCLA, the top-ranked team this year in the nation on bars.
Yvonne has beautiful, long, clean lines. Nice pike Jaeger.
She's ranked number 7 in the country on this event. Won the national bars title last year, as a matter of fact.
Getting ready for the dismount. Nice double layout, and as you said, not giving a 10th on the landing.
Yvonne says her biggest thrill was representing Canada at the Olympic Games in 1996 and 2000, a native Canadian. And a 9-9 for sophomore Yvonne Tousek. And on beam, we join Nebraska's Tami Harris. Tami earned Big 12 honors this year on beam. 9-9 on the event. Balance beam has been the Huskers' strongest event this season, even though they struggled at regionals a little bit.
Keep in mind that every athlete needs to perform a gym series, a gym acro, a flight series, and of course a mountain dismount. Right here, a gym acro, a jump, and a tumbling element.
Preparing for a dismount now. A sophomore from Virginia Beach.
Nice run of 1.5, a little out of control on the landing, had to take a slight hop.
And we can't seem to emphasize enough how important those landings are going to be. While a 9.725 is a good score, it seems like the way this is going early on, gymnasts are going to need to go 9.8 or above to stay in contention for the title. Utah's Theresa Kulikowski preparing for floor, and like many gymnasts, Theresa really into that whole mental imagery thing and going through the routine in her head before she's up. And back in 1999, Theresa taking the college gymnastics world by storm. She won the all-around and the national beam titles. But then in 2000, a crushing knee injury on the vault. She blew out her ACL, missed the entire season, and was only able to compete bars and beam last year, but won the NCAA beam title. She is now back at full strength and a 7-time All-American.
I was really nervous. Like, I was scared to do vault. The thoughts about my injury were kind of in the back of my mind. But I just went out there and I've really learned to just relax and enjoy myself. And so far, I've had good success this year with all around.
Theresa's had several knee surgeries, and what amazes me is that she doesn't even wear a brace, which is very commonplace, you know, after major surgeries.
That's right. She amazes me every time I see her. She does incredible tumbling right here, opening with a nice double pike.
Just beautiful form, perfectly straight legs.
She comes right back with her second pass. Front full, front tuck. Nicely done.
And the music Theresa's dancing to is Precious Things by Tori Amos, who just happens to be Theresa's favorite musical artist.
Something that makes her stand out is her incredible dance. She has the performance aspect, but she also has the technical dance.
And she choreographed this routine by herself. She also did Lindsay Tanner's, her teammate. Teresa's favorite gymnast is former Soviet and Belarusian Olympian Svetlana Boginskaya, also known for her dance. And you can see, just in Teresa's body movement, that she tries to model herself a little bit after Svetlana.
Nice front layout from Pike for her last pass. Beautiful routine.
Teresa's mom and dad in the stands, Franny and Tom Kulikowski.
She opened with a beautiful double pike. Very clean landing.
Clean enough to earn Theresa a 9.85 on the floor. And to vault we go, where Georgia's rock this year, Cory Fritzinger, setting up. Nation's best freshman last year, winning the NCAA vault title.
Another round-off entry vault. Arabian out. Nicely done.
Cory earned 2 perfect 10s on vault this year. Sophomore from Virginia Beach. And Cory's mom and dad making the trip from the beach, Cliff and Gail Fritzinger. 9.825 for Cory. And over to bars where UCLA's Jamie Dantzscher is getting set to compete. While John Wooden, the Hall of Fame basketball coach, is known as the Wizard of Westwood out at UCLA, Jamie might become known as the Princess of Perfection. 10 10s this year, 1 on bars. And Jamie was also crowned the NCAA all-around champion this season. She was a 2000 Olympian for the United States in Sydney, and she's adjusted quite nicely to college gymnastics after the rigors of international competition.
You know, last year it actually went by really fast. I mean, going from the Olympics to touring to right away to a season in college, I mean, I didn't even know what to expect, and it was just, I had really no time to think what's happening. So as far as gymnastics, my love has definitely come back, and I feel very fortunate that I'm here at UCLA surrounded by amazing people and able to do gymnastics, the sport that it's my passion.
And you can see that passion in her eyes and also appreciate the great relationship she's developed with Valerie Kondos Field. Dad looking on, crossing his fingers, maybe, what do you think, hoping for another 10?
Well, you can never have too many 10s, and if anybody can do it, Jamie's the one.
Do you think she's watered down her level of difficulty much from when she was an elite gymnast?
Well, that's one thing that amazes me after being on tour, to come out here and compete the difficulty that she's doing. Beautiful release move with Ginger. Just getting ready for the dismount. Nice full twisting double tuck. Slight hop on the landing, which is a little bit unusual for Jamie.
Dad doesn't seem to mind, though, apparently.
Let's take another look at her release move right here. Beautiful Ginger. You can see her legs don't come apart at all.
And those form breaks really make a difference when it's just a matter of a 10th or 2. That 9.9, likely the 10th deduction came on the dismount. And to floor we go. Utah's Melissa Vituj setting up for her second tumbling pass. Sophomore from Michigan.
Nice front double full.
Melissa's nickname is Smurf. She stands all of 5 feet tall. A fan favorite, though, out at the Huntsman Center in Utah. She has an awful lot of energy. And we talked about Theresa Kulikowski and how she enjoys the music. Same here. This is Boogie Bumper by Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. You can tell by Melissa's expression how much she enjoys dancing to it.
Finished with the Rudy through a layout step out. Very nicely done.
And Melissa's really progressed throughout the year. She set career highs this season on every event, becoming an increasing contributor for the Utes. And a 9.9 for Melissa Vituj as we take a look at the standings after the first rotation. Not surprisingly, the Bruins of UCLA in first place. Georgia apparently not affected by those injuries we talked about. And let's send it down to Dominique Dawes and Gym Dogs head coach Suzanne Jacqueline.
Strong start by Aileen Diaz, your senior. What does that mean to your team?
Oh, it meant so much to us, not just from a team standpoint, getting off to a good start, but just personally for her. She's a senior, as you said, and hasn't vaulted for us for 4 years, and it's the first time she's ever done that vault for us. So it was a big start and really got us psyched up.
And for your first event, 49.25, how does that make you feel, and what are you going to tell the girls when you go back into the locker room?
Well, it's a little better than yesterday, and it's our weakest event, so we feel really good about that start, and we want to keep that same intensity that we had on vaulting and take it on to the rest of the competition.
Thank you.
Coming up next, the tide rolls in. Alabama taking the floor in front of the home fans when we come back.